Lose Weight Fast Advice. About Lose Weight Fast Advice. Lose Weight Fast Advice isn't a website dedicated to the latest fad diets that won't work, or even worse, harm the human body. Instead, we pride ourselves in giving our readers realistic information on how to achieve long-term weight loss results. We know there's nothing more frustrating than trying to lose weight only to find the scale stuck on the same number day after day. Because of this, we're dedicating to providing readers with only the most realistic, safe, and effective weight loss methods available. We're not here to sell products or promote any type of diet, but rather to give our readers information on how to lose weight, keep it off, and remain healthy while doing so. Why most diets don't work. The majority of diets doesn't work. It doesn't matter which celebrity has been seen endorsing it, or how many distant friends of friends claimed that they lost 200 pounds only eating carrots. The truth of the matter is, for the average person, diets simply won't lead to realistic weight loss. This is because there are two main types of diets, those that reduce food, and those that change food. For diets that reduce food, many require dieters to eat frequently, but using incredibly small portion sizes, such as eating half a grapefruit 5 times a day. These diets typically claim to work as metabolism boosters, helping to jumpstart the body's metabolism to speed weight loss potential. In reality, limiting the amount of food eaten leads to lack of vitamins that are required for a healthy body. Without these vitamins, dieters can suffer from an assortment of health problems, also they can maybe lose 10 pounds. The second types of diet are those that change the foods normally eaten. These diets don't work because they require dieters to eat foods they're unfamiliar with cooking, buying, or eating. This sudden and dramatic change of food often causes dieters to fail right off the bat. Many of these diets are also horribly unhealthy, such as eating nothing but protein, or only certain vegetables. Again, this limits the amount of vital vitamins and minerals that the human body needs, causing more harm than good. Even in doing that, dieters rarely lose weight because as they restrict their food so drastically, they begin to go through withdrawal. This leads to severe cravings of sweets, carbs, and other foods that are considered unhealthy by diet standards. The majority of dieters will cave here, binging on food and gaining even more weight. For those who don't, the weight is normally put back on as soon as the diet is over. This isn't to say that all diets are bad, but with fad diets like the cookie diet or the all-potato diet popping up like crazy, it's safe to say that not all will work and certainly won't be healthy. It also takes certain personality traits to succeed in a diet. Dieters must have an enormous amount of self-control and determination to follow the strict guidelines for weeks or months at a time. Even then, everyday events, such as going to eat lunch with friends, can make dieting even more difficult. With so much to consider, many are now beginning to look into weight loss without the use of diets. How to lose weight fast without dieting. Dieting is the most commonly thought of way to lose weight, but it isn't the only method out there. Fasting, for example, has been gaining ground among weight loss experts due to the effectiveness, ease, safety, and ability to achieve long-term results in a relatively simple manner. When most people think of fasting to lose weight, they envision going days without food. While it's true that some people do fast for long periods of time, that's typically not considered a healthy or effective way to lose weight. Fasting to lose weight is actually far simpler than that. There are many methods of fasting, but the most common is to go 24 hours without eating. This doesn't necessarily mean going an entire day without food, however. For example, rather than waking up on Monday and going without food until Tuesday, a fast may begin after dinner, at 7 p.m. A few hours after dinner, the faster will go to bed, sleeping between 8 to 10 hours, and waking up around 7 a.m. That's 12 hours without food already. The following 12 hours may be difficult at first, and that's okay. Those who are looking to lose weight by fasting are encouraged to listen to their bodies and follow their own schedules. One faster may choose to end the fast after 18 hours while another may eat after 22. Each body is different, and fasting should reflect that. Unlike most diets that require basing their life around their diet, fasting is meant to put life first, fasting second. This level of flexibility is why most fasters succeed in their weight loss journey. As time goes on, the process of fasting gets easier. This is because in most cases, especially in those who are overweight, humans don't eat because they're hungry, but rather because it's a part of their regular routine. For example, a man may wake up at 8 a.m. and eat breakfast. He then goes to work and gets an hour-long lunch break at 11 a.m. The man may not be hungry at 11 a.m., but because that's when his break is, that's when he eats. After eating at 11 a.m. for weeks at a time, his body will automatically adjust and start craving food at 11 a.m. The same is true for fasting, but in reverse. Typically when one begins fasting, they do so once or twice a week. After doing this for a few weeks, their body automatically adjusts and the faster will no longer feel hungry during a fasting day. In fact, one of the biggest complaints amongst fasters is that they don't feel hungry after going 24 hours without food. Many fear that they're doing it wrong and don't understand how this is possible, yet that's simply how fasting works. This will help long-term weight loss as well. Because the body will adjust to not eating constantly, those who want to lose weight will learn to better listen to their bodies and only eat when they're hungry, rather than simply eating because they can. Why does fasting work? For years, dieters have been told that eating less will only slow their metabolism, sending them into starvation mode and causing weight to pile on instead of melt off. This is only partly true. The truth of the matter is that, in order to lose weight, dieters must consume fewer calories than they burn. This simple formula is used for everything from exercising, to building muscles, to shedding unwanted fat. The reason humans need food is because the body turns that food into energy. That's the reason why humans feel a burst of energy and alertness after eating. For those who overeat and don't exercise enough to burn off the extra calories consumed, that extra food turns into fat. This fat stays on the body until it's burned off. Exercising helps to burn off this extra fat, but only after the food that's already been consumed that day has been burned. Because exercising burns off calories slowly, this may mean several hours of working out each day in order to see results. Fasting uses a different method of burning off extra fat. When the body is fasting for short periods of time, it is no longer receiving the food energy it needs. When this happens, the body uses its backup source of excess fat to keep the body operating normally. As the body eats away at the fat, weight loss occurs. Fasting is only meant to be done once or twice a week at most, and only for a maximum of 24 hours. This allows the body to burn off extra fat without slowing down the metabolism. How does fasting work? Those who are wondering how to lose weight fast can benefit from fasting because it's relatively simple. Fasting is meant to be based around the life schedule of the participant, meaning the fasting day can vary week to week, whenever is most convenient. It's also recommended that the faster never goes a full day without eating, but rather eats one meal, then skips the next 2 or 3 meals until around 24 hours has passed. Liquids with 0 calories can be consumed during the fast, including coffee, green tea, water, flavored water, Coke Zero, or other diet sodas. Once the fast is over, dieters can go back to eating as they would normally. The only part of the diet that needs to be altered is if the faster is overeating. If this is the case, the amount of calories eaten per day should be lowered to a healthy level, usually around typically 1,800 calories for a female between the ages of 31 to 50, and 2,200 for a male of that same age. Fasters are encouraged to talk to their doctor to make sure they're consuming the right amount of calories per day. It's also highly recommended that those who are diabetic don't fast because this can cause unhealthy spikes in blood sugar levels. Boosting metabolism and exercising when fasting. As long as fasting is only done for a maximum of 24 hours a day, twice a week, the metabolism shouldn't slow down. Like all methods of weight loss, from fasting to dieting, exercising for an hour each day acts as additional metabolism boosters which can help speed up weight loss progress even more. For those who are fasting, exercise should be adjusted accordingly until the body has a chance to adjust. For example, if a man typically jogs 2 miles a day, he may want to go for a brisk 2-mile walk on the day he's fasting. For most people, this method isn't required, but serves as an extra precaution as the body adjusts to fasting. After continuing fasting for several weeks, exercise can be done at a normal rate.